Hi everyone, welcome back to the making of our Queen and Secretary desk. We've been taking a short break. We're back now. Uh, so our table is ready, our base is ready. We're gonna put the slant box on top of this, which is essentially the 5 pieces for the 4 sides of the base, and then a centerpiece which becomes the writing base and sits on top of the 2 drawers. These are the 5 pieces. I have the 2 sides. These are joined with dowels. So these sides will have a slant angle here, but we're not going to cut exactly here right now because it's a lot of hit and trial to put on the lid, and this part will be finished when we put the lid on it. Until that time this will be a little raw here. So these are the 2 sides. The 2 sides on top will have the desktop which will go on top of them. This is going to be dovetails in these. And then at the base we have a dust frame. This dust frame is 5 pieces of slats. As you can see, the center one is mortised and tenoned, and the side ones are doweled. So essentially there will be a rabbit here which will go into the dados in these sides, and this piece and this piece of course will house the 2 loopers. It has space for the dividers, and then whatever part is left here will be the channel for the drawer, which will sit here, and then the other drawer goes here and here. There are 2 reasons for not using a solid board like this and making this dust frame. One is because this rosewood is very heavy, so it's going to add a lot of weight to the table. And number 2, as we all know, the bigger the pieces of wood, the more shrinkage and expansion, and this sort of counters it. So we don't have to give a lot of provision for the wood movement in this. As you can see, it will go here. It's a little shorter on the 3 sides. In the front, we have 3/4 of an inch for the beading. Similarly on the side, which is a little bigger, because when we put the 2 sides here dadoed, then whatever space is left will be equal to the front space for the dado. So we'll cut our 2 sides, fix them here, and then the top will go as a dovetail on top of the sides, and then this piece will be dadoed and slid 5 inches from the bottom. Now we don't have a pattern for this, so it's a lot of plans coming together, and then a lot of hit and trial, like I said. The problem with this side is that when you open the lid, it has to be flush with the base, the writing base that goes here. But when it's flush and it's closed, it has to sit flush on this side. So which is why we're leaving this side a little rough. We'll shave it and we'll try to open it and close it and shave it and see where it sits best. And then when you do that, what happens here is that there's a little space that's created on this side here. In order to cover that space, there's an arc that you make here. So we're going to leave this whole piece as is, a little oversized, and then we will start chopping at it once we have our lid attached, and we'll get to the right exact measurement when it's done. So as the next step, we'll move on to rough cutting this, and then putting dados in this and rabbit in our dust frame to attach it to the bottom, and we'll cut the dovetails at the top here to attach this top.